Man, it smells good out here. We are grilling and chilling with GreenPan, and our today's special value, 1,500 already ordered today. This is a 2-in-1 portable indoor or outdoor electric grill with the griddle plate. We're offering it for $169.98, 5 payments of $34 on a credit card. Exclusively available here. Oh my gosh, Greg.
I know, right? You're hungry already.
You're not going to be able to get this anywhere else to the end of the year, and this is the worldwide launch. What's great about it is, again, we are outside enjoying this beautiful day here in Westchester, Pennsylvania, and able to enjoy literally delicious grilled or griddled food. And what's great about this is you get everything that you need to get started here with GreenPan. I'm going to let Greg talk a little bit more about what GreenPan is all about, but you get the grill/griddle plate, you get your plug, you get the stand, and you get all the accessories that you need to get started with it. You will have a choice of 4 colors, excuse me. We have the forest green that's here next to me. We have the cinnamon, we have the navy blue, or we have the graphite choice. And they all work exactly the same, right, but they all work by easily plugging them in. So there's no gas, right, there's no propane, there's no charcoal, no wood chips. You literally plug it in and you can use it with or without the stand, inside or outside. Right. Greg Shockley, chef and expert for GreenPan, is here to talk with us about it. First of all, it's nice to have you back, and it's good to see you. Second of all, oh my gosh,
I know,
making our favorite spring and summer on the grill, burgers, dogs, corn on the cob, and look at how much space you have on this grill surface.
That's right, 240 square inches, so yeah, it fits a lot of food. We've got our bun rack right here as well, so that's additional space just to heat up our buns if you want to. Actually, if you're done with your burgers, you can actually hold a couple up there if you're throwing a few more on.
Sure.
But Jade, have you ever thought you were missing anything, not using gas or not using charcoal? You're wrong. You get those great results with this electric grill. So we've got the grill pan in here too. This is our grill plate. Gives that great marks. I just put cheese on here, but we had beautiful marks on these burgers. We'll show later how we have it on the steaks. So you're not missing anything. We have a drip pan under here, so there's 2 slots right in the pan here.
Yeah.
So you're going to see all of the drippings going down there, so you're not going to have anything to worry about there as far as mess goes. But the capacity, we've got 4 big cheeseburgers, we've got 4 or 5 hot dogs, and we've got some chicken breast. So the capacity is there.
Right.
Again, if you're out in your terrace and you just want to kind of invite a lot of people and you don't have to mess up your kitchen, you can't duplicate this in your kitchen. You're getting the great sear.
But I also love that it's not too big, and that's the other thing that you find so often when you go into the big box stores, Greg. The grills are just getting massive, and it's not always the biggest grill that works the best for some people.
Definitely not.
So if it's just 2 of you and you want, or maybe you are living alone and you want something that you can throw some food on really quickly to grill, this is a good size. So let's take them on a tour, because I want to be able to see the entire grill and setup, and then talk about how we'll use it.
For sure. Now, as far as the setup goes, we've got our lid, and as you can see, we put a slot. We actually thought of everything. Around the edge here, we have a slot where the lid kind of nests right there, so it kind of clamshells, and it keeps it right there so that when you don't want to have it, you don't have to like put it down on the floor. Right. You can hinge it perfectly. Now, we've got our probe, which fits right in here. So you're using the same probe if you're using the grill plate or the griddle plate. You just swap it out. And we have a setting here from low all the way to high. High happens to be 450 degrees. So that's going to be for your grilling, like I just did here. Your burgers, your dogs, your steaks, any of your pork items like that, you're going to want to use that. So that's the highest heat. And everywhere in between. So when we do the eggs and the pancakes later, we kind of go medium heat. So you can kind of gauge that on the griddle plate. But plenty of room for your corn. And let's check out these burgers real quick. Let's just show people the results, because I want them to think that they're getting the same results, if not better, than they would get on their outdoor grill or their propane or gas grill. Look at this, super juicy burgers. They got that wonderful crust, which I love. It's almost like cooking on cast iron, really. It's just, it gives a nice crust, like a smash burger.
So juicy. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Imagine that with a slice of really thick slice of red onion.
We got that right here.
Tomato.
Here's
put
my
it on
double
the bun.
burger
for
lunch.
Love it.
Look at that.
That's good
I'm
stuff.
Pop my toasted bun on there, and we're good.
And we will have burgers and hot dogs coming up a little bit later on in Gourmet Holiday. But this is the time when you really want to think about how easy it will be to, to prepare your food for your family, or if it's just for you.
Right.
So So some of the other highlights are like the way
Love
that
this.
this stand is built in.
Right, so we cooked our salmon on here. Take a look at this. I'm gonna hinge this lid. We're gonna put it right here. Look at this, look how gorgeous. So again, instead of making an entire mess in your kitchen.
So now we're on the griddle. You could use the grill
Absolutely.
plate for salmon too. That's the other great thing about this.
Probably eggs are the only thing you can't use probably, or I wouldn't recommend using on the grill.
Right.
But this is great for the griddle
Salmon,
portion.
crab cakes,
Golden,
kebabs,
wonderful
love
brown
it.
on these crab cakes. And then look at the salmon. Salmon wants every bit of its heart to stick to pans, right? They want it to. This does not. It's gonna slide right off of here.
You get some nice caramelization on there too.
That's that ceramic nonstick. Now in 2007, GreenPan was the first to bring that ceramic nonstick to the market cookware. And 18 years later, we have the worldwide launch of this beautiful grill. So just see that. We're gonna do a wipeout later, so you're just gonna see how literally we're gonna clean this with just a wet paper towel, and it's gonna be clean. A little soap and water in the sink is all that's necessary for cleaning.
I love it. Let it cool off, of course, before you do so, but it's ready for whatever else you're gonna be putting on there. I love
Grilled
putting
lemon.
my lemons on the grill.
You can put oranges on here, lemons. You know, I know we love doing this with a lot of the steaks. We'll put garlic on there just to kind of give a little more accent flavor. But just look how gorgeous this is.
I think there's
No mess
something
in the
that's just
kitchen.
really cool about being outside and cooking your food too. Just sitting around, enjoying the beautiful weather. We've waited for it for a couple of months now. Let's get out here and do some grilling and chilling,
I know. And I've been talking about my mom because on my way here this morning, I was telling her about this. And she lives in a great retirement community, has a little terrace, you know, like a small one right off of her apartment. And she can't have a grill. She's not allowed to have, you know, kind of and she wouldn't want one anyway.
Right.
This is perfect. It weighs only 11 pounds. That's with the grill plate, either plate in there. So it's easy for her to maneuver. And if she wants to, she could just pull this top off and put it on the countertop and cook right inside. Super easy.
Who wants to have to lug charcoal into the backyard or up the two-story walk to the tailgate? You don't have to do that with this.
It's plug and play.
It's all plug and play. I love, here's your plate and everything too. There's a place to put all of your food, your accessories that you need, your towel, your utensils will hang from the side. Of course, you'll supply those yourself. But look at this meal that you prepared for your graduation party or for that anniversary or Father's Day or Mother's Day, all on this grill.
And before I get myself into cooking things, I always have it in the back of my head like, okay, what am I getting myself into as far as the cleanup goes? Okay, this is going to be super easy. Let me drop this and then I'm going to grab a towel and just show how easy it is to clean. We'll save that for later for a big reveal. Now just a little wet towel. And you're gonna see, I'm gonna simply wipe this over. And especially if there's any leftover grease, kind of guide it toward these two slots that we have in the pan here. And that's gonna go right into the drip pan. You're gonna empty that drip pan out and that can go right in your dishwasher. And we are good
And you're
to
ready to put whatever the next is on here. You know, as we have reached the age of possibility, Greg, we're looking to work smarter, not harder. And that is essential when it comes to cooking, which is something we have to do every day for our families. So we want to make sure in this age of possibility that whatever we're experiencing is joyful and not a labor. This makes it easy. After we're done eating, while the grill is cooling off, we're sitting and enjoying our cocktails and whatever our food is.
That's what we like to do.
When we come back, all we got to do is wipe this off and it's a piece of cake.
It's easy. It's easy and it performs great. And you know what? It's really just wonderful. I mean, take a look at this. These beautiful strip steaks.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
These are nice, like 9-ounce strip steaks.
Huge.
We've got 4 giant bone-in pork chops.
Yes.
Yeah, we got to cut into these.
Okay.
I cannot help myself. So I'm going to grab a couple steaks and I'm going to grab one of those pork chops. I want to make sure that everybody out there that is being skeptical going, this is an electric grill. It's not going to turn out great. You know, I like my old grill. I'm going to use that. This can't be nearly as good. Well, I'm going to tell you that's not true.
And what I love too is how well this is appointed. And of course, the cleanup on this is really simple and easy. So as you're watching the video again, it shows you exactly what you get, the grill plate, the griddle plate. You're actually getting the unit itself, which can sit countertop if you want to use this indoors or outdoors. But then you also get all of the accessories, the bun warmer, drip tray, the removable stand, all of that, the probe as you see there. So you are destined for success with
And it heats up really quickly too. So it's easy to heat up. It's easy to transfer from the griddle to the grill. Not a problem. We give you an 8-foot extension cord, or 8-foot cord for this, so you don't need an extension cord or anything additional for that for most people. Like they're going to have an outlet that's relatively easy to get to. All right, let's look at this gorgeous steak. This wonderful strip steak. This is about a 9-ounce strip steak. This is nothing to joke about. This is absolutely amazing. And then these pork chops, I'll tell you, we grilled some peaches to go with that.
Yeah,
Peach season is about here. And look at that.
Look at that.
And I don't care what anybody says, the tiny bit pink is okay in the pork. That's fine.
Look at that. And you can always use your own temperature gauge to get it to the temperature that you want. I know my husband, he'd want it with a little bit pink. Me, I like mine a little bit more well done.
Yeah.
The great thing about it is you can throw it on there
Leave
and
it a little
you
longer.
can adjust the temperature. You know, there's nothing more frustrating than, heating up a grill and then losing control over it while your food is on there and the flames are flying up.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to worry about flare-ups or flames because this is all electric, and yet you get performance like what you see here. Tender meat, delicious vegetables, kebabs, whatever your favorite thing is to make, you can now do it on your GreenPan grill/griddle. 1,600 orders now placed. Speaking of, you would never be able to do this on a regular grill.
Nope, you definitely can't. Now, this is our stir fry. You could do fajita night. Oops, excuse me, that was me.
Yeah.
You could do fajita night, but the stir fries, this gets super hot, 450 degrees. I keep hitting this.
That's all right.
And that's what you want. Now, I'm just going to finish this off. These have all caramelized. The chicken's done. I'm going to hit this with a little bit of our sauce.
Ooh, look at that.
And then, Jane, if you want to do me a favor, would you mind grabbing me that plate with the noodles over there?
Hear that sizzle? Oh my gosh. That lets you know that flavor is going to be all blended in there.
So we didn't have to mess up our kitchen. Imagine what kind of mess this would be if you had like a saute pan on your stove. You'd be cleaning that for the next half hour after you're done. This is going to be super easy. Let me just get that sauce spread around so every bite's going to taste great.
You know, that's a really good point too. Like you're not stinking up the whole kitchen, whether it's bacon or fish or anything else that you're making.
I don't care if you have
do this all outside.
The freshest crab meat or the freshest salmon like we just had over there with the crab cakes and the salmon. Your kitchen's going to smell like salmon. Your kitchen's going to smell like crab cake. Well, now you can just take this out, get better results, not make a mess, and your house won't smell. So that's a win on all three points right there.
Oh, that looks so good. And look at the color that you got on that too.
This was like 10 minutes. Aside from the prep time, this is maybe a 7, 8, 9-minute cook time, and you are good to go. The cleanup again is just going to be a little wipe out. If you got a towel over there, Jane, why don't you demonstrate that? Just give it a little wipe and you'll see.
Well, I hate to get any of these vegetables in the way, so let me just slide them on this side.
You got it.
And then I can do the wipe out over here. And here's a good thing about this too. I'm thinking about, the summertime when you start to get a little food fatigue. Look how clean that grill is on that side. Isn't that great? Look at the finish on that. You get a little food fatigue. Tired of having to come up with new stuff. Somehow the same things that you typically cook inside in the spring and summer taste so much better when you do them outside on your grill or grill pan. So this is your chance again to go ahead and get that new griddle. What you don't need is propane, gas. You don't need charcoal or wood chips. All you need is a space for this and a classic plug. And this has that longer 8-foot cord. Plug it in and then enjoy all of your all your delicious food. So you get the griddle plate and the little bun rack as well as the probe. You get the removable lid. You also get your grill plate. And then this is the stand that has the drawer that gives you the platform that you can hang your utensils on and a whole shelf. So that's where all your spices and seasonings can sit while you're doing your
Can you do me a favor
grilling.
and pick this up? I just want to,
Pick the whole thing up?
Yeah. Look at that.
Ta-da.
11 pounds. That's it. That's with the grill pan on here.
Lightweight.
Okay?
Yeah.
Would you mind holding that for me?
Sure.
I'm just going to show you also. If you want to break this down, I just put a little pressure on the feet right here.
Okay.
And this comes right off. And it can go right on my countertop.
Into the countertop.
So there's a base that you can see, and then there's 2 poles, kind of like a high top table.
Sure.
If you've ever had one of those. And it just nests right on top of there. If I can line that up.
Now you got to find it.
I
It's
know.
like finding the umbrella hole for your umbrella stand.
All right, help me out here, Jane.
There you go.
Okay. Now push that down, and now we're good to go again. As simple as that. I made it look real simple.
And then on the days when you're maybe going to be inside, maybe it's a little bit too, cool or it's raining, you can take this inside now and get results like this.
Exactly. Now, We got a little fancy here, Jane. We've got some filet mignon. This is our surf and turf.
This looks like Father's Day.
This could be Mother's Day, Father's Day, any day. You know what? If you work really hard,
I don't know about Mother's Day.
You want to
I don't know if we can get it in time for Mother's Day.
No, okay. All right, that's fine. But you're right, Father's Day for sure. But look at this, a complete meal. And I
Right.
love the fact that we've been